Okay, you caught me. I was doing drugs.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Welcome to story time, everybody. Now, for all the youngsters out there, don't worry, I wasn't doing any illegal street drugs. I was just taking my medication. You know, lung disease and all. So today, I want to talk about the garden of your mind. I heard a story once where a people group in Southeast Asia have a very specific technique on how they train their elephants. And what they do is they take a small stick, pound it into the ground, and then they tie a rope from that stick to an infant elephant, an elephant that's been very newly born. And what happens is that stick is just strong enough in the ground that the elephant is not powerful enough to pull it out of the ground, and it learns that it can't move from where that stick is to where it's tied to. Well, what happens is as the elephant begins to grow, that thought stays in its mind of the stick is too strong to pull out. And so even though the elephant grows and is physically capable of pulling out that stick, it never does. It even reaches maturity and has the ability to push down full-grown, firmly rooted trees. But when it's tied to that stick, it believes that it cannot pull it out. So today I want to talk about the garden of our minds and the relationship between our thoughts and our internal and external health. So if I can paint a little bit of a picture for you, imagine that your mind is the soil of the earth and an idea is a seed. Well, how ideas work is they come into our mind as seeds. They're planted and then they must be watered to grow. How do we water them? We water them by meditating on them. Meditating just simply means to think about them over and over, to focus on that idea. We water it with our thoughts. And then soon that seed begins to grow roots, and it grows roots right down into your heart and then takes hold of your heart. And your heart is where the driver's seat of your being is. It's where you act out of. It's what you will from. Now, I'd like to suggest to you that not all of your thoughts are good. And then to take that a little bit further, not all of your thoughts are yours. Thoughts can come from different places. One of those places is other people. Maybe you remember as a child somebody said something to you that hurt your feelings, that maybe impacted you so strongly that you couldn't stop getting it out of your mind, and eventually it influenced how you felt about yourself and therefore influenced how you acted. Maybe that still happens for you. I can tell you what, probably, because that's how we work. Another way to frame it is there's truth and there's lies. Truth is always, you can recognize truth because its very nature builds you up, it encourages you, it strengthens you, it champions you to go forward. Lies don't do that. Lies degrade you. They attack your identity, your worth, your confidence, your joy, your ability to love yourself. See, that's the thing about truth, is truth has this identity component. It speaks right into your worth, saying, no, you're worth it. Yes, you can. You're valuable. And quite often, we listen to the lie instead of the truth. We can't stop the lies from coming and being planted in our minds, but we can stop watering them. But quite often, we don't know any better and we do water them. A thought comes in, we water it, it grows, takes over our heart, and then decides how we go about living life. And so maybe you've experienced something like that, where you've got an idea, you've watered an idea, and then you walk through life defeated, feeling maybe, what's the word I'm looking for, devalued, or not worth people's time, or not worth people's space. Well, I got to tell you, that's a lie. There's many examples in history of a group of people believing somebody was guilty of something and accusing them of it over and over. And those people, though they were innocent, though they did not participate in what they were being accused of, begin to believe that about themselves and then actually manifest the guilt. But they never were. That's powerful. That's a powerful concept. So of course this begs the question, if I have deeply rooted bad thoughts that are taking hold of my heart, how do I get rid of them? Well, that's a great question. Let's take a lesson from the weeds in a garden. Sometimes a gardener will come in and pull out the weeds. But the weeds are smart. They know how to take over a space really quickly, and what they do is they just simply grow so big that they push out all of the good plants and choke off life to them. Well, we can reverse that, and we can do the same thing with good thoughts. Rather than trying to kind of manually strive to pull out those bad thoughts and those weeds, we need to choose to fill our mind with the good thoughts, taking hold of what we know is good and watering it. And what ends up happening is the weeds themselves get choked out. Now, it helps, of course, we can't do that without identifying what the weed is and then identifying what the good plants are that we want to water, the good seeds that are put in our mind. Now, I'd like to suggest to you that those seeds there are seeds coming at our mind all the time, from every direction, media, friends, family, enemies, whatever. But you are powerful, and you're worth the time to, your life is worth the time to take a look at those good seeds and to water them. And I want to encourage you that there's an incredible blossoming that happens when we choose to do that. It's completely possible. And it's possible for you right now. So hey, just wanted to bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in this week. If there's anything that you want me to talk about, feel free to put them down in the comments below. And I'll catch you next time. The Zero to Hero Club is dedicated to inspire and change the lives of those dealing with hard circumstances. We aspire to see you live vibrantly and become the true hero you really are, so you can be that, overcome, and change the world. Come join the club at thezerotoheroclub.com. Let's write history.